get started with Job chapter 38 in the King James Version. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest, or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened, or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy? Or who shut up the sea with doors, when it brake forth, as if it had issued out of the womb? When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and brake up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the dayspring to know his place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the search of the depth? Have the gates of death been opened unto thee, or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare if thou knowest it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldest take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldest know the paths to the house thereof. Knowest thou it because thou wast then born, or because the number of thy days is great? Hast thou entered into the treasure of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattereth the east wind upon the earth? Who hath divided a watercourse for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cause it to rain on the earth where no man is, on the wilderness wherein there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth? Hath the rain a father, or who hath begotten the drops of dew, out of whose womb came the ice, and the hoary frost of heaven? Who hath gendered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou send lightnings that may go and say unto thee, Here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds in wisdom, or who can stay the bottles of heaven? When the dust groweth into hardness, and the clods cleave fast together, wilt thou hunt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetites of the young lions? When they couch in their dens, and abide in the covert to lie in wait? Who provideth for the raven his food? When his young ones cry unto God, they wonder for lack of meat. Okay, there was a lot here, sermon upon sermon. One thing that I see to point that stands out to me is verse 36, because this is very, very important. I mean, even to things that we go through, things that we see other people going through, sayings even as of today. Listen to verse 36. Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding to the heart? So there's a lot there. There's so much that I'm thinking about right now, just with this verse. One thing is, a lot of times we take it upon ourselves, especially when it's discovery or things that are made, that, oh, I did this out of my own wisdom. It came together. I learned how to do it, and I figured out how to do it, and I accomplished something. Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding to the heart? We can read, we can try to understand things as much as we want. However, it is the Lord our God that puts that wisdom that we can understand in us, that thing, that epiphany, that thing that we are going to do to benefit, whether it's building or creating or teaching or helping or assisting, whatever it is, whatever thing that we think of and create a goal to accomplish those things. It includes all things. It includes even medical things such as vaccines. It includes healing. It includes teaching or learning of new things or discovering things, how to use electricity, how to use nuclear energy, how to use sunlight, how to use wave energy, how to use minerals and all kinds of things throughout the earth. Those things and the knowledge thereof come from wisdom, and that wisdom comes from the Lord. And so many of times we see as man, even as ourselves, sometimes we do acknowledge our accomplishments, but have we ever really heard that it wasn't necessarily me, it was from the Lord. The Lord allowed me to accomplish something that is beneficial to the masses. Think about that and think about what you hear in accomplishments and see, even with yourself at any time, is the Lord given his just due? What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?